aka Patters. Thank you for joining me. We're doing a couple new things here. We're still figuring out all of the kinks to live streaming. We're going to start going live tomorrow with guests. We're going to have some of the aka Pad Army soldiers ready to rock and roll. I don't even know. These headphones don't even seem to be helping me. So the headphones are already off. So it's the Royal Rumble tonight. I love wrestling. I love wrestling comics. We have some known and some unknown books here. Now, some of these, I would say all of these. Geez, big shout out to my buddy Mark. The one I call Business Mark because he's a business man. So he's the one that he went around to a lot of conventions this past summer and was able. Let's raise the seat up here a little bit. But he was able to get me some really nice winners here, okay? Ultimate Warrior 1, 2, and 3, and the Christmas special. Now, the funny thing when it comes to Warrior, I always knew of the number 3 cover, but I always thought Ultimate Warrior was issues 1 and 2 and the Christmas special. But hey, 4 issues from the Warrior himself. Antarctic Press. This was a real gem. This was a real find here. Hawk and Animal, the 5th Force World Wrestling Action, and then we have previews exclusive China 2, not China 1. Chaos Comics. Everyone, we know. I have a deep love for Chaos Comics. Probably the perfectly branded, the perfectly congruent company when it comes to thought and action, meaning the attitude came all the way through during the Chaos era. Really, it did break my heart when Chaos basically went belly up. But this too, previewing a crossover, I kind of forgot about Lady Death and Medieval Witchblade. But we have China 2. And this is mostly in here because it has some real talent powerhouse. Doesn't quite move, but you would think China and Chaos Comics, because China was a Playboy playmate. She was on the cover twice. She was actually on one of the Playboy covers as like this warrior goddess. A babe that would total excellence, completely in the house. Thank you for joining me. Total excellence. I'm sorry, we have a I have a couple messages rolling in on my phone. I'm sorry. The phones are on silent. But yeah, we got Total Excellence in the house. Total Excellence will be tomorrow, right? We're going to rock and roll tomorrow. I'm working out the kinks. We're getting it done. We're doing it better. Hopefully, even for this, we got less glare. The glare issue is now my absolute number 1 priority. I thought it was going to be sound. I thought it was going to be audio. I thought it was going to be the branding or like the look and feel of the entire podcast. Absolutely not. The biggest issue with this podcast, the biggest issue with these live streams is the glare for the comics. I'm on top of this. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep rock and rolling. My phone just does not want to stop. That was TikTok, by the way. So, and one of the reasons why we're doing this at 6 o'clock, WWE normally launches their coverage at 7-ish. And I thought I would just do something to go right into like the coverage of the Royal Rumble, because here's the thing. A lot of these wrestlers, they're private contractors, they're third party. They live and operate very much how yours truly does. And it's scary when you're like a third party private contractor because you relatively have no security. You can get let go at any time. But if you're the best, like myself, you got nothing to worry about. So, and that's where we are with those. So that's why like Hawk and Animal doesn't have their WWE branding, mostly because they take what they can use. They still sell their likenesses. They still sell their characters. They sell their ability to promote something, but in effect, they're not as valuable as they would be if they were totally pushed by WWE and WWF. This is, a lot of people think this is one of the fallacies when it comes to Vince McMahon. Now, we have the Warrior here, another fantastic, a incredible incredible point of view is that the Warrior, say Team Warrior, we have Warrior, Callahan, and Smith. You might be like, Pete, what's happening here? Like, what's your point? Let me see if we can jump into this book. Is just so freaking wild, and I've read and reread this so many effing times. Okay, yeah. So the back cover we have our credits. Okay, what do we see? We have Story Warrior. Now this is a big piece of wrestling lore, wrestling legend. That's truth. That's honesty. Okay, that completely left the entire lexicon and the zeitgeist of the wrestling world, the wrestling knowledge. Okay. The Ultimate Warrior had such a beef with WWE and WWF. He sought complete victory. I mean, he was his character. He legally changed his name to Warrior so he can market himself as Warrior, because WWE and WWF claimed ownership of Ultimate Warrior. And the basic idea for this, okay, it's that I'm a person. I put everything. I put my life on the line. I put everything. I've roided up my body. I risked having children that came out looking like Lou Ferrigno's crap, basically. But I put everything on the line for this company, and we reached the height of the height. WrestleMania 6, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Okay, let's never forget. 2 title. That's where Ultimate Warrior, the Intercontinental Champion, defeated Hulk Hogan and became a 2-belt champion. They put everything on the line and they start to get it stripped away from them. And the Warrior was on a pilgrimage to keep it all himself and to own it. And that was a part of it. He had to legally change his name to Warrior. Now, along this way, too, I think a part of the beef was that Warrior, went on hiatus. He came back. And a lot of these comics, I think the number is roughly about 4 million of them were pushed through WWE and WWF events. If that's true, and what the actual ordering numbers might be, we can maybe guesstimate at another million. Ultimate Warrior #1 arguably is a 5 million seller. Okay, 5 million editions of the Ultimate Warrior were printed and distributed and sold. So, we don't talk about that, okay? We don't, because we want to talk about X-Force, X-Men #1, and Spider-Man as being the creme de la creme of the top comics. I don't know. We need research to verify this. Anyone out there that wants to do it, please do. Please rock and roll. So before we get into Warrior, because this is really why we're here, I just want to go into Hawk and Animal and China too, because these are a little less known, and Antarctic Press is still in the game today. We have Ben Dunn. He's from Extreme Studios. I believe he's their chief creative officer. So he's running a lot of the optics for them now. We have Ben Dunn, Ninja High School, who I believe in the real world is a doctor. And him and his brother, they've run Antarctic Press for, oh my God, 30 years now? Ninja High School has got to be one of the longest running independent comic books in history at this point. So we don't have much story-wise to get into here. And the artwork is not, the coloring is better than the rendering. And we see we're at a manga format here. Look at the big margins. But we do got some good coloring. And we have these 2 guys hired to do a job, and the issue ends with the Kabuki men fighting the Road Warriors. Okay, and the Road Warriors, as you would know. Oh, great cliffhanger. It ends pre-tag. They don't even get to whoop these guys' butts. And then this is a little bit what I'm talking about. So, we can use WWE, WF branded imaging. So they added a couple logos here. I guess that was enough to move it and not to get a lawsuit. And then we have code Pi 5, the 5th Force, top secret. So a little bit of a promo there, signed poster. I wonder how many of these got out. And then, Hawk and Animal, the 5th Force. Look for upcoming articles, kid profile. Tell us what you do to keep fit. Animal Speaks. Hear it from the man himself. Doc Talk. Useful info for everybody. Retailers. Mail away to get your signed poster. And we basically have the Hawk and Animals handlers right here. Don't miss this dynamic team at the San Diego Comic-Con. So that's issue 1. Issue 2, let's pick up with that tag. Awesome cover here and really nice splash page. Even though, like I said, I think the rendering isn't quite there when it comes to artwork for this. I love the coloring. Antarctic Press always had really good coloring. And you go. We finally get the tag. You got 15 seconds to combine forces in the ring. They punch out Kabuki Man number 1. They finally get the 1, 2, 3 against Kabuki Man number 2. So it's taken us an issue 0.5 pin to tag team members, and then we're back at the Cloak and Dagger secret stuff. There is a MacGuffin. MacGuffin gets dropped at the bottom of the ocean. It blows up, and then they have to call for help. And that is it. I'm not sure if this got a 3rd issue, to be honest. I've had trouble confirming that. So, and that's it. So, arguably, in my opinion, Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, I believe they are the greatest tag team of all time. Now, this would be, in my view, from everywhere they went, they had the title. And everywhere they went through a lot of regions, a lot of territories, every single company you can imagine during the day. But everywhere they went, they were the guys to beat. I don't know. The only other guys I would put in that category would be the Dudley twins, and then Jeff and Hartley, the Hardy Boys. And that's, I mean, it's a short list for tag teams for me. So let's get into China, because we have Mike Donato Jr. here, and we have Stephen Grant. Okay, China, wrestling, Attitude Era, Playboy actress, later adult film actress, later denied from the WWE, denied from the WWF Hall of Fame. She should be in the Hall of Fame like twice, as DX and as a solo, as a solo performer. I mean, her rivalry with Chris Jericho, awesome. She actually wrestled men in an era that she was really the only girl in the game that did that. WWE now like flirts with that idea. I don't think there's ever been a woman as dominant in wrestling as Chyna. There really hasn't. She truly is the ninth wonder of the world. So we have Mike Donato Jr., colors by Hi-Fi, writer Stephen Grant. Okay, I mean, we have real talent when it comes to this book. We got some overcoloring from Hi-Fi. I mean, this is just absolutely too dark. This is absolutely too dark. A lot of books during this time, what's this, 93, 94? Oh, I'm sorry, 2001. Okay, 2001, too dark. But Chyna takes a hang glider. She rides a motorcycle. We have our boys. We got some great photo reference here. Mike Donato Jr. knows how to use photo reference. He did this even through his Marvel days, through his Dark Avenger days. Chyna's on the motorcycle. Chyna's flexing. We have 2 explosions so far. We have a wonderful sunrise. I mean, stock photo here, but looking good. I mean, kind of don't have much of Chyna whipping, but we had too much plot in this. Too much plot from Stephen Grant. And we have nothing that we want to see from Chyna. Now, Chaos Comics also had Undertaker, right? Seems like a clear fit. Mankind, another clear fit. Stone Cold, we can get behind Stone Cold. They also had The Rock and they had Chyna. The Undertaker has long been on my list for a complete and full analysis for clear reasons. I'm pretty sure this ran 12 to 14 issues. There might be one trade paperback of the first 6 issues for that. Lots of different color covers. It's hard to track down exactly which version is which. This here is the previews exclusive cover, which I don't know. I mean, whatever. And then Chaos Comics, always good with the house ads, good with the promos. The Mummy was also a Chaos licensed, book. They did, I think, 2 Mummy miniseries, which we'll be reviewing here as well. And then here we go, Chaos merchandise. I just love the back of Chaos books. No one really had the entire engine as well as they did. Look, here we go, Valley of the Gods, The Mummy. Great cover here too. I think this is, wow, that's a Mike Warango cover. What's that all about? And they were good with the Ash Canes again too. Like, look at all this content beyond this story. Really cool stuff here. So great cross promotion. And let's get into why we are here. I'm going to try and get this done in like 10 minutes, everyone. Oh, Skull Diamond in the house. How are you doing, Skull Diamond? Skull Diamond owes me a pinup for Trial by Fire. Look, everyone, I've been so deep in Uzi Susie, like right here, the last like 2 days, because I decided to, I don't know, I should have live streamed it, color halftone. So Uzi Susie #1 now is going to have very much, I'm looking if I have anything in arm's reach. It's going to look very TMNT, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird run type gray tones. Everything pops. The book just becomes so much more dirty, so much more full with those gray tones. And yeah, I've been fighting with 2 different printers because they sent me samples of the actual book, and what my requirements were at the time. Either of them worked out, but Uzi Susie and Trial by Fire. So let's just get on those and support me. So we have the Ultimate Warrior here, which if you didn't know any better, you would say that this was completed by Extreme Studios because this is such a Rob Liefeld image. Okay. And if we were to look into the coloring, okay, Ultimate Warrior 2, big writer. He wrote a lot. Okay. We have some great tidbits. We have some great philosophy, some methodology of the Ultimate Warrior. And then we have the Ultimate Warrior basically in his dream state, in like his pre-origin arriving to Earth. I might steal this for Pitbull, by the way, for Trial by Fire. But, like the idea of the Ultimate Warrior wasn't born, that he was created, that he was like sent to Earth. These are all things that he cut in his promos. This is where this is a extension, even it accentuates and highlights even the WWE and WWF experience. You would think if you put the money into developing someone like Ultimate Warrior, you would see this and you would lose your mind, because this is, I believe, the template that, because how WWE runs their IPs and what they own, they really discourage people from doing this. This, I believe, is the path of their character development. I really do. I mean, The Fiend should have multiple novellas. He should have his own web series. He should have his own comic book to really explore that character. But look at these awesome layouts. Great coloring. I love the inking. So he's really kind of just like going on his pilgrimage, discovering himself. He's like the mark of the warrior is with him. Meets his father. His father tells him about his past once and future lives. Okay, again, all things the warrior mentioned in his promos. And we have the warrior kind of like merging and becoming one with nature. This, I always loved this underwater shot here of just, look, 3 panels, three separate poses, really cool looking stuff. We got the Ultimate Warrior just jumping out of the river like a freaking boss, like a roided out animal. And he's just going through these non-believers. Like, look at come on, how do you not love that? Let me just turn the page. How do you not love this? Yeah. We got all environments here. Now we're in a winter wonderland. Knocking this dude out right here in the snow. And we got some nice splash pages. Or nice just all over effects here. Yeah. And he bears the mark of the warrior. And then he transforms at the end. And boom. Splash page. Here we go, boys. Rocking and rolling. And then we have modern day. They're linked. And guess what? This dying soul here. This isn't Sentinel from Youngblood. But here we go. The spirit of the warrior gets transferred. So Warrior University 2 was like a real life effort by the Ultimate Warrior. So we're previewing the next issue here, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and again, like nice post-issue value here. Really cool stuff. And here we go, issue 2. Look at this. Look at this. You know, like, but this is value-driven comics here. This, you want this. I'm sorry, because like you want comics sometimes read so quickly. You want something more. You do, and you can just keep this underneath your bed. That was like the whole idea. You can just rip this out, and you're reading this more than you're reading the comic. That's why intros are important. We got some babes. Look, how do you not like this juxtaposition? Babes on the left, traveling through the universe on the right, like a complete boss. We're at Jim Warrior's favorite spot. Look at this. This is very Green Lantern, but it's going to find our boy, boom, transform him, and he awakens as the warrior, and the two now are one, separated by a universe. Double page sideways splash here, completely wasted. Sorry, completely wasted. But we got some great artwork here. And we basically have the warrior entity existing in multiple realms at the same time. Modern day, he's fighting a giant wolf here. He transforms. See? Then he's fighting himself. Then he sees his inner child, shatters the glass. And we have, these are like indicated too, like future storylines are here. But incredible. I just gotta say, incredible artwork. And here we go for like something not serious. We have a completely serious moment as these two get further linked. And look, you gotta keep in mind, people might say like there's not enough plot. There's not enough plot. I would fully agree with that. There's not a lot of plot here. The exposition isn't, like it could be better, but again, first time making a comic, first time publishing a comic, first time running a comic book company. These are all challenges, but along the way, if you can elongate the origin, do it. I prefer a single issue origin. I prefer an origin of a few pages, but he could be solidifying some concepts here that he had outlines to explore later. We have to take that into context when we criticize this very book here. And a lot of it's mentioned too in the letter columns and the forwards. Okay, Warrior 3, final issue. Presence is requested. I'll be waiting. Warrior with the do-rag here. This is a little tough to read. Okay, I'll say it. Just because of the design work here. But here we go. Warrior's getting famous on Earth. People start talking about his amazing powers. This is the J. Scott Campbell riff, right? That's Fairchild. And here we go. We got the warrior running through the forest, encountering the elements. Everything is against the warrior. And I'm sure at this time, that's what he felt. And then we have a crashing jetliner kabooming on top of him. But he's looking for the one. He's looking for the one that he's linked to. Finds some serpents, kills them. We're back at the club. The boys, the do-rags, the jack dudes. Like, this is just Warrior drawing himself and his friends. Pool table fight. Warrior wins. Warrior throws that cue ball right off that dude's head, and he just dominates, but triggers his power. And here we go. Issue 4. I don't think we ever got issue 4. And then we have, look at this, just straight out pose by Greg Capullo. Just the flat understanding of the human form and motion. Chaos Corner. Oh, so I mean, he's getting sponsors within the industry. Like I said, this is probably based on the 5 milli selling issue 1. And then we don't get much after this. Yeah, ultimate look, requesting talent. He was trying to build a company. Design too, Warrior. Wow, was Warrior just in Photoshop doing work? Really nice stuff too. Coloring by J.D. Smith. I think for what this effort was, it's a complete success. I don't know if you could do any better of adding to the mythology of a wrestling character. Then we have the Warrior Christmas special, covered by Joe Quesada, current Chief Creative Officer. We have a really tough to read inside credit page here. Okay, this is a little tough to read, but look, listen to the names: Larry Stroman, Jim Callahan, Ron Lim, Dietrich Smith, Flint Henry, Dwayne Turner, Bart Sears, Nelson. Back cover, Marat Michaels, which we're already discussing. Look at this, though. I love holiday. I love Christmas specials. Even now, I'm gearing up to do a lot of stuff for Valentine's Day. Some of these are small. I mean, this is small and blown up. You can tell from the detail, but the coloring is so freaking good. The coloring, the J.D. Smith coloring is just flat out unstoppable. This is the Ron Lim piece. Infinity Gauntlet, Silver Surfer Days. We know that name. Dietrich Smith. One of the names of the day that should have became a name for today. Look, we have a Blindside here. Little Blindside promo there. And look at this. Look at this craziness. Again, this is what the Ultimate Warrior represented. This should be Dwayne Turner. Bart Sears. Come on. You know you're someone. You've got Bart Sears, too. Also a fitness guy. Right? Bart Sears and Joe Jusko and Andy Smith, all fitness guys. Just great stuff. Jim Callahan. Yeah. This seems to be a riff of JR's Punisher War Journal. Punisher Warzone when he's flipping the grenades. Interesting. Oh, after JR. Yeah. Cool. Great call out. Then we have Marat Michaels over here. Which this is now becoming the, like, when they make fun of this book here, this is the image that they use. Really could have used bright green tights here because it just always looked like flesh tone to me. Man, maybe the only J.D. Smith miscalculation. And I'm promoting issue 4. So issue 3 and the Christmas issue kind of came out back to back then. Very cool. But look, everyone, this live stream too was a lot about the testing, but subscribe, support, show this to your friends. Your promotion is the only way to beat the algorithm, and the algorithm is out to promote who's already there. It's not really out to promote the new talent like myself. And if you must, Uzi Susie, I know I got the Trial by Fire running, but we got Uzi Susie here. She's available on Etsy. This is issue 2. We got issue 1 right here. Okay. I might be giving these away. I don't know. Maybe. Uzi Susie, COVID Comics. Okay. We're going to start issue 3 very soon. So we're getting things done. Tons of product. Supporting me, the best way to support me is to purchase something. I love you, and thanks for hanging out.